Hello, lovely people. This is me, Ashley, sending my love to you from whatever reality I'm in today to whatever reality you find yourself in. Well, this video really is, I've been keeping my eye on Google Earth for some time because obviously if you're Mandela affected, one of the weirdest things that we can't get our head around when we first realise that reality is changing is how much the map of the world has changed. Now, I'm not going to get into anything other than the fact that, you know, the actual definition of the things that are being shown on our map. And quite frankly, there's absolutely loads of little tiny islands popping up. And on the south coast of Britain, we've got little islands popped up. Even in the Channel, we used to have two islands in the Channel. They were called... you could see them from Cardiff and you could see them from Weston-super-Mare. And they're the... I can't remember what they're called. I forgot what they're called. And yeah, I know them so well. But they're the only ones. No, can't remember. I'm not even going to try and remember. They're the only ones, two little islands. But just further out, there's now another island. And on the end of the Dogleg, there's two other islands. And then further up, by South Wales, there's a whole myriad of little islands that have popped up. So I've been keeping they're all named. All of those have been named like they've been there forever. But I've also been keeping my eye on Australia because that freaked me out. The fact that Australia is no longer down under and that New Zealand is now further south than Australia has made me keep my eye on what's going on with Australia. I mean, Australia's changed shape massively. It's ridiculous. It looks deformed. You know, like most of the changes make our countries look very deformed in comparison to what they were like before. But here on Australia is now that close to Papua New Guinea that really there's no reason for marsupials to ever have developed on Australia. Because where I come from, marsupials happened because they were cut off from the rest of the world. That's why mammals weren't on Australia, allegedly. And this is why, we've thought over the Earth has developed over billions of years over evolution, and here we are seeing individual little islands popping up willy-nilly. And so much so that I've been having a look at Australia, and just off the east coast at the top of Australia, there's some tiny little islands popped up. And I think they're in the middle of arriving because they haven't been named, and as we all know, that there isn't an island anywhere that we've seen and we've found that we haven't actually bothered to bloody name, have we? We can't help it. Bit of land pops up, bit of land there, have to name it. And these islands haven't got names. And also they're not, when you zoom right into them, they're not fully developed properly. Not only are they not named, but they're not fully developed properly. So if you've got Google Earth, and I suggest if you're Mandela affected, get Google Earth, because the changes on that map are mind-blowing. So at the moment, I think Google Earth is showing little islands that are just popping up out of nowhere. Fuck all to do with evolution. We've got deformed America. North America now, it never used to have that little thin slither. What's the Gulf of California? Ecuador's now on a bend on South America. South America's deformed and it's now heading towards, it's heading east. It's crazy. It's crazy. The things that we're looking at. The Mediterranean Sea, the islands it's called the Turanian Sea on Google, quite a lot of it. And those islands are getting bigger. But we're actually seeing little islands popping up out of nowhere. So go and have a look and keep your eye on that. Because, it's phenomenal to actually see them appearing. Because I only checked a couple of days ago and Australia had none of them. And now there they are on the side just popping up. Sometimes I really wish I actually had some kind of device where I could show you this shit. But all I can do is ask you to go and have a look because I'm not very technically minded, I'm afraid. I'm not technically minded at all. In fact, I can't even say the word. But the changes in our map are mind-blowing, and it's definitely one of those things that you cannot ignore when you first realised that reality really is changing. And it's this sort of thing that makes you realise that evolution just isn't, is it? Isn't evolution. The only evolution is it takes a few days for these islands to pop into our, well, not pop in, drain into our existence. Some things seem to pop overnight. Other things take a few days. And that's what I'm looking at the minute. So please get yourself on Google Earth and go and check that out. I mean, not only is Germany now attached to Denmark, you know, there's so much going on with the globe. You don't have to have known it all completely to see the changes. We've all seen how our world looked on the map for many, many years, and it looks absolutely fuck all like that now. And just keep your eye out, because have a look round your own area. I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people are landlocked. I appreciate that. But I have heard that some of the states in America have actually changed shape. I'm not so sure about that, apart from the fact that, like I said, I don't think, in my reality, California never had that slither thing. That never had that. Obviously, South America was like underneath North America. Now it's not, way out there somewhere. Actually, let's be fair, New Zealand didn't used to have two islands to me either. It was just one New Zealand. And then it was like the two North and South Islands. And I was giving it, I didn't think they were at an island, before I actually realised that reality's changing, and that's what I'm seeing. So, yeah. What the fuck's going on with Google Earth? It does really, I've said before that when we're in the middle of changes, Google itself can give you lots of different information on the same subject, when it really should be just telling you one thing. It can give you sometimes 3 different sorts of information. But what happens with the map? It seems to take a slightly longer to leach in, and that's what I'm actually seeing there. So go and have a look, and let me know what you think below. See, I sound quite excited by it, don't I? Which is bizarre, because it's freaky shit. And this time last year, I was not this calm about massive changes in the globe, about quite calmly saying I don't believe in evolution, when I very much did. But I'm seeing changes to our map, where little islands are popping up now. So that ain't normal. That just ain't normal. Okay, my lovely, lovely people. Just during this time of uncertainty around the world, I'm sending my love to you, and please keep me in your prayers. I'm on lockdown for 3 weeks on my own. I live on my own. I didn't get a chance to get back to my family. I wasn't well enough to travel. So, continue to please, thankfully you all care about me so much, and I really appreciate and feel that so much with your love and support. So please continue to pray for me, especially at the minute, because I'm going to lose my mind being on my own. So, yeah, I'll keep in contact while I can. As I said, I'm really not very well at the minute, but I just had to share that about the Earth. I want you to go and have a look, please, and then let me know what you see. Till next time, lovely people, sending my love to you all, whether you're Mandela affected or not.